You are welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe. Wike refutes NEMA report, dismisses Abuja suicide bomber claim. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, has dismissed report that an explosion at the Mogadishu barracks in Abuja was the result of a failed suicide bombing attempt. Speaking to journalists following road inspections on Wednesday, Wike clarified that the victim had unknowingly stolen an improvised explosive device from a quarry, adding that the report by the National Emergency Management Agency was inaccurate. The security agencies never stated that it was a suicide bomber. Therefore, we should avoid creating unnecessary fear among the public. NEMA is not the lead security agency. Security agencies are responsible for such matters. What happened was that someone went to a quarry site where rocks are blasted and took an explosive device, placing it in his pocket without understanding its danger. The device then detonated on him. This does not mean it was a suicide bombing. We must be careful with the narratives we promote. We should not send misleading messages to residents, he emphasized. Earlier, the Punch reported that an explosion at the barracks along the Yanya-Maharaba route had caused panic among residents and passers-by. While NEMA had claimed the explosion was caused by a failed suicide bomber attempting to enter the barracks with the IED, the police public relations officer for the FCT command, SP Josephine Ade, stated that the police had launched a thorough investigation, including forensic analysis, to ascertain the cause and nature of the explosion. Thank you, Mr. Minister, for coming out to clarify issues. But we are going to look at the matter in two ways, because we know in this country, government always don't want to take responsibility without any apology, Mr. Minister. Most times, government is economical with the truth. They wouldn't tell the public the reality of the situation. And then they will find a story like this way you have said it. Now, I'm speaking on one side of the matter now. They will now find a story like this, of course, to cover the real issue. So now, because of that antecedent, you don't blame Nigerians. In fact, a sister agency like NEMA too did not even exchange the notes with you, knowing fully well that probably some of the people there believe that the real thing will not be, spoken out to the people because of maybe you people say security reason or whatever reason you may want to put out there. Because I know now you've made mention here that you are debunking it so that they will not create an atmosphere of fear. It's agreeable that we don't create an atmosphere of fear, because we know, of course, you are trying your best in your own jurisdiction, and generally, of course, things are getting better as the administration is going forward in its days. But then the truth needs to be told to the public. The same thing, like I'm saying now, to power. There's no need for you to hide the truth, and there's no need for you to also unnecessarily mismanage the truth. That's the language that we use. But it is your job to manage information properly, to disseminate it correctly to the public so that they can run with it. And if there is a mistake on your part, you know you have opposition, which is also healthy for our democracy. If opposition should pick it, you are in for it. They will help you to mismanage it, and it will fester, and then it will have gone beyond repair. All things being equal, I think that is the purview from which the government has been coming, that made the people to believe anything at first hand. So that's just the reality, because I know you're going to find it very difficult to convince the opposition about what you have just said, and Nigerians are tired of having such situation. But then we can still say, thank God there is a respite now. At least we are free from ministers of information that will come and disseminate lies, and people will be dictating the lie immediately. We are also free from all the spokesmen too that used to tell us contrary things. If this set of spokesmen, this one that are even there, that are many now, I realized that the day before, they are making some of their own mistakes too, but not coming out to tell us lies. And if they don't have any information, they better keep quiet. I can see those ones are even going into activism and the likes. But then, on the flip side of the coin, Minister Wike, you have every right to put the record straight, and which is okay. Of course, saying that NEMA has no right to speak on a security issue, well, to some extent, yes, but it's a sister agency. It's an arm in the government. It's supposed to have been working in tandem with the security agencies too, and they should be able to, arrive at a good conclusion. I say good because I know most of the time, because they don't want the opposition or the public to rise against the government, they always arrive at a bad conclusion, which at the end of the day, they won't even cover their tracks. It's even on immediately that Nigerians will even discover that the government agencies are lying to them. So it's your job, yes, to make sure that there is no atmosphere of fear or panic within your jurisdiction as a minister. That's good. I hope you are debunking the matter and you are really telling us the truth. But it's not that you are debunking in order to tell us lies. So, and also, of course, let a sister agency like NEMA always be, disciplined enough to exchange notes and get necessary information before they begin to face the public and begin to hear any information, because it will send a bad signal, honestly, concerning the country. The FCT is a seat of power. That's where we are in Nigeria. That's the residence of the president, all the ministers, the National Assembly, and the likes. International bodies and the headquarters are in the Federal Capital Territory. If they hear that somebody is a suicide bomber and is going about within that jurisdiction, imagine the information that is going to send out to the whole world. And imagine the ripple effect of such an information. It can have a very huge effect. It can even destabilize the economy of that environment, if not the whole of Nigeria. Imagine big investors coming to invest in Nigeria and has chosen Abuja to be the place to invest and build their factory and the likes, and they hear of such a thing. So we must be careful so that we don't shoot ourselves in the leg because of our necessary hastiness in order to do one or two things for ourselves as a country. We must be very, very careful. That is very, very vital. This is very, very important. Nigerians should also learn to manage information properly, because many people will have rushed to their Twitter handle or their social media handles and begin to make noise, castigating the government and saying all sorts of things against them, like as if they are not trying at all. No, we don't need that, because when it comes to security, care needs to be taken. Look at the way Saudi Arabia quietly, deported Gumi. They didn't make any noise. They only make sure that they secure their own space, and that is the situation. So for Mr. Wike to come out to help us understand, we want to say thank you, and please let's make sure such a thing does not happen again. Those who are in charge of blasting of rocks too should keep their explosive in under tight security. This is very, very important. Don't forget to like, share, and also to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.